Hey, what's up everyone, it's your girl Brain Shanae, and today I'll be sharing with you a couple packages that I received in the mail, so pretty much book mail. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first package is going to be from Penguin Random House. So let's see what's inside. Oh wow, okay, so I received an ARC. It's called True True by Don P. Hooper, and this comes out in June of 2023, and this looks really good. Here is the book right here. And then it says, in this powerful and fast-paced YA contemporary debut, a black teen from Brooklyn struggles to fit in at his almost entirely white Manhattan prep school, resulting in a fight and a plan for vengeance. This is not how 17-year-old Gil imagined beginning his senior year, on the subway, dressed in a tie and khakis, headed towards Manhattan instead of his old public school in Brooklyn. Augustin Prep may only be a borough away, but the exclusive private school feels like it's a different world entirely compared to Gil's predominantly Caribbean neighborhood in Brooklyn. If it weren't for the partial scholarship, the school's robotics program, and the chance for a better future, Gil wouldn't have been even considered going. Then, after a racist run-in with the school's golden boy on the first day, ends in a fight that leaves only Gil suspended. Gil understands the truth about his new school. Augustin may pay lip service to diversity, but that isn't the same as truly accepting him and the other black students as equal. But Gil intends to leave his mark on Augustin anyway. If the school isn't going to carve out a space for him, he will carve it out for himself, using Sun Tzu's The Art of War as his guide. Gil wages his own clandestine war against the racist administration, parents, and students, and works with the other black students to ensure their voices are finally heard. But the more enmeshed Gil becomes in school politics, the more difficult it becomes to balance not only his life at home with his friends and family, but a possible new romance with a girl he'd move mountains for. In the end, his war could cost him everything he wants the most. So this comes out, like I said, in June of 2023. This looks really, really good, really interesting. You probably will definitely be getting a book review from me for this, but this really looks good, and I really enjoy the cover. Let me see if it says, okay, that's just a piece of paper, but yes, here is the book right here. So we have that. The next package, it's from Simon & Schuster. So let me see what's in this one. Okay, so this is the book that I'm going to be reading to my kids, and I'll be doing a book review for, and it is You So Black by Teresa the Songbird, illustrated by London Ladd. So here is the book, and it says on the back, "You so black, when you smile, the stars come out." So that's really beautiful. So like, look at this cover. I really love this so much. And if I take the dust jacket off, this is what it looks like right here. And here are the end papers as well. That's what it looks like in the inside. So that's really beautiful. Definitely cannot wait to read this to my kids. I know they will enjoy it. And I love picture books, especially for my kids. It's because they like seeing pictures. I know my daughter is older, but she just loves picture books so dearly. So cannot wait to read this with them. So here is that. Next one is going to be from Hachette Book Group. So let's open this one. If I can open it. Oh, okay. So this is another picture book that I'm so excited to read to my kids, but also my daughter, because her name is spelled differently, but it's her name is on the book. But like I said, her name is spelled differently, but it's Kiana Loves Her Family. So I know Kiana, my daughter, she will definitely love this. Her name is spelled Keauna. This is Keyaana. But yeah, she's really going to love this. And this just looks beautiful. It's written by Natasha Anastasia Tarpley and illustrated by Charnel Pinckney Barlow. And then on the back it says, "I'm Kiana McGee, and this is just the start of my new series." And then if I take it off, it looks like this when it's naked. And then for the end papers, this is what it looks like right here. And then for this one, let's see what this one's about. So it says, meet Kiana McGee. She's full of big ideas. Her latest and greatest plan is to host a perfect family movie night. From aunts and uncles to her 5 favorite cousins. Everyone is invited, but when things go off track, she'll have to rely on a little help from the people she loves most. Natasha Anastasia Tarpley, author of the best-selling book, I Love My Hair, returns with the first picture book in a new series about Kiana's world and the people and places she adores. So, oh my God, this sounds really good. And yeah, this is the book, I Love My Hair. That's her, the author right there. I read that to my daughter, and we have that book as well. So yeah, I definitely cannot wait to read this. My daughter's going to be freaked out and is going to love it because of it. Her name is on here. So yep, definitely cannot wait to read this as well. Next package is from Cork Books. So let's see what's in this one. Okay, this one says A Spoonful of Time, and this is by Flora On, and this book comes out April of next year. So here is this book right here. It looks really cool, and I like the food and stuff, and she has her little dog and her family in the background. Like, this is a cute cover. So for this one, it says, When You Reach Me meets Love Sugar Magic in this unforgettable middle grade novel where time travel, Korean family recipes, and family secrets collide. Maya's grandmother, Halmoni, may be losing her memory, but there's something almost magical about the way she cooks. Whether Halmoni serves salty miwaguk or sweet songpyeon, sorry if I'm not saying the words correctly, her stories about Korea come to life for Maya. Then one day, something extraordinary happens. A single delicious bite of patbusu transports Maya and Halmoni back into one of Halmoni's memories. Suddenly, they're in Seoul, and Halmoni is young. This is just the first of many secrets Maya will uncover, that she and her grandmother can time travel, and they aren't the only ones with this ability. As Maya eats her way through the past, her questions multiply until a shocking discovery transforms everything she thought she knew about family, friendship, loss, and time itself. Brimming with heart and interspersed with 7 family recipes that readers can make themselves, this is a story to savor by rising Korean-American author Flora On. So yeah, this sounds really good about time travel and eating and food. Oh, this just sounds wonderful. And then even I have a note. It says, Dear reader, my novel A Spoonful of Time originated at tables laden with hot bowls of fermented soybean soup, sizzling pieces of beef, and little side dishes filled with an array of flavors, from spicy kimchi to seasoned seaweed. As we chewed and slurped our way through these meals, my mom and dad would tell me stories of their childhoods. I learned about how my mom would use her bus money to buy her favorite crunchy snack that she would slowly crumble up to eat as she walked home. I heard about my dad going on hikes with friends and eating stuffed rolls and hard-boiled eggs for nourishment. In A Spoonful of Time, Maya loves to cook with her grandmother, Halmoni. She connects with the rich family history associated with each Korean dish, a history Maya's mom would prefer to leave in the past. While cooking with Halmoni one day, something remarkable happens. The food creates such a strong memory that it physically transports Maya and Halmoni back in time into the memory itself. As Halmoni explains, the women in their family have the gift of time traveling through food, and Maya has it too. Maya learns that time moves in ways she couldn't imagine, and sometimes families keep their memories secret to protect the ones they love. A Spoonful of Time is a middle grade novel, but I hope the themes of family, memory, and identity resonate with readers of all ages. You may enjoy trying out the recipes in the book, from mellow and savory tuklut to ring in the new year, to half moon-shaped sungpyeon to keep off the harvest festival. This story and these recipes are a reflection of myself, my family, and all the meals we've shared together. I hope that you delight in entering the magical and yummy world of A Spoonful of Time. Sincerely, Flora On. So yes, I definitely cannot wait to read this. This is a middle grade, and it sounds really interesting, and that it has recipes in this book is amazing. So I definitely cannot wait to read this, and also probably my daughter and I will try doing some of these recipes. So definitely excited for this. Thank you so much for this. Next book, I think this is a order from Barnes & Nobles that I had done. So let me see. Okay, so this is my book club pick for next month in January that my members and I are going to be reading next year in January of 2023. And that is The Art of Prophecy, the War Art Saga Book 1 by Wesley Chu. So yes, this is the first book that we're going to be reading in January. And if you want to be a member, all you have to do is go to my channel and hit join. You, regardless if you're Ray Bear in origin, you still are part of the live discussions. You can also join as well in in the live discussion that we have during the beginning of the next month. So I give you some time. I give you that extra week just in case that you want to read it. Prior to that, you want to have your mind sort of refreshed about what the book is about. So I always give that extra week. So the live discussions usually are the following month, the first weekend. So yeah. So yeah, we have The Art of Prophecy by Wesley Chu. And for what it's about, it says, in this epic fantasy ode to martial arts and magic by the #1 New York Times bestselling author of The Lives of Tao, a prophesied hero must work with a band of unlikely allies to save their kingdom. So many stories begin the same way, with a prophecy, a chosen one, and the inevitable quest to slay a villain, save the kingdom, and fulfill a grand destiny. But this is not that kind of story. It does begin with a prophecy. A child will rise to defeat the eternal Khan, a cruel, immortal god king, and save the kingdom. And that prophecy did anoint a hero, Jean, raised since birth in luxury and splendor and celebrated before he was won a single battle. But that's when the story hits its first twist. The prophecy is wrong. What follows is a story more wondrous than any prophecy could foresee. And with many unexpected heroes, Tashi, an older woman who is the greatest grandmaster of magical martial arts in the kingdom, but who thought her adventuring days were all behind her. Sali, a straight-laced warrior who learns that the rules may no longer apply when the leader to whom she pledged her life is gone. And Kwashami, a chaotic assassin who takes a little too much pleasure in the kill. And Jiran himself, who has to find a way to become what he no longer believes he can be, a hero after all. So this sounds really good, and I'm just noticing like it has a map right here, a beautiful colorful map, so it looks really gorgeous. And of course this is what it looks like. We take the dust jacket off. So this sounds like it's going to be a really good time. It's not as big as I expected, but everybody knows on my channel that I tend to read big chunky books, but this book is only 528 pages, so it's not too bad, but it's enough. So yeah, we'll be reading this in January, and I'm really excited to get into this. This just sounds really good. So have this. The next package here, oh yes, I was influenced by Bree from Breechery Reads for this book, and so I was like, let me just get the Barnes & Noble Special Edition, because I do plan on reading this in 2023 of next year, and that is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I've heard a lot of great things about this. A lot of people said this book made them cry, so I was like, okay, let me go ahead and read it. But yeah, this is the Barnes & Noble Special Edition, hence like the sprayed edges. It's blue, the whole different cover and stuff. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this. It sounds like a great time. I love the story of like the Trojan War and Achilles and stuff like that, Perseus, all that good stuff. So I'm really looking forward to reading it. And I have to thank Bree from Breechery Reads for influencing me to get this and read it. So thank you so much. And then the next two things are manga, which I heard about them on Shay's channel, Shay Geeks Out, and she did a review for them, and so I'm like, okay, I'm here for it. So the first one I have is I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess. This is volume 1, and here it is. And it's in plastic because usually when it's wrapped up in plastic means it has explicit scenes and stuff in it, which is hence why it is wrapped up in plastic. But yeah, Shay from Shay Geeks Out did a review for this book, and I think for the second volume as well, and I was really intrigued. So let me show you what's it about. So it says, I will not be your plaything. Liddy, who was Japanese in her previous life, is now the daughter of a duke and engaged to marry the gorgeous crown prince Frederick. Sounds like a dream come true, except this is a world that practices polygamy, and Liddy refuses to marry a man with multiple wives. To sabotage the engagement, she loses her virginity to a stranger, but that plan is thwarted by a surprising revelation. What will happen to Liddy next in this hot fantasy romance? So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this. Thank you, Shay, for like even bringing it on your channel and doing a review for it. You got me intrigued. I'm loving fantasy and romance and manga right now. A lot of cute stuff. So that's like what my vibe is right now. But I cannot wait to read this. And since I have volume 1, I had to pick up volume 2 as well. So this is volume 2, and once again wrapped in plastic. And so for this one it says, Kissed by a Rose. To escape her engagement to the crown prince, Liddy decides she has no choice but to lose her virginity, and fast. But in her haste she makes a terrible mistake. It turns out the man she slept with at the masquerade ball is none other than the prince himself. Not only that, but he's left his mark on her, literally, and is impossible to erase. Just how will Liddy get out of this mess? So I already knew about that stuff, but I want to read it anyway because I like the story. It sounds really intriguing. So I went ahead and got volume 1 and volume 2. That way I'm caught up. I don't know when the next volumes come out, but I did pre-order them. But yeah, I had to get this. I'm really getting into manga now. Let me pump the brakes. I am a newbie. I don't know much about it. I'm just now getting into it thanks to Ashley from the Bookish Realm, Bree from the Luck Booktician, from Izzy, and from Shay. Thank you so much. Y'all are definitely influencers, and I'm trying to get more into manga. I literally just started like at the end of this year alone, and I'm really enjoying it and having a good time with it. But anyway, these are all the books that I got in the mail and that I ordered myself and from publishers. So I really do appreciate it. But here it is right here. Whoop. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I hope you're having a happy holiday. See ya.